pair of bins are a bit heavy. I could do with some lighter ones because they give me neck ache when I wear them around my neck all day. But you've got to keep your eye out, whether it's feeding birds or other activity or fishing out in the flow across the other side, because this river's like it's a good 120 yards across, I would have thought. So activity could be happening almost anywhere out there, and I do like to keep an eye on what's happening, you know, if there's any terns diving in on bait fish, if there's any bait fish ultimately skittering around, then that will be good to pick that up and I can home in on them. I did decide to bring with me a landing net rather than try and chin them out or anything, particularly the mullet. They deserve a landing net at the end of the day, so, and they deserve to be released quickly out of it after that. I'll try and keep them in the water as best as possible for all the time. I've got I managed to get this for 10 quid off Amazon, like an extending 4-piece 2 meter lightweight sort of net handle. I'm still trying to work a way that I can myself somehow bring it down to here and have it so it stays. I need some sort of gripper on there, and then I'll hopefully try and find a way to get it on my back as well, but as people seem to do. But I'll be looking at hardware shops to find some way of attaching this, or even if it's just a strap or some way of carrying it. So I'm always going to be armed with a landing net of some, really large bee there making its spring appearance, which is good to see. So the only other thing I bring with me really, and I carry, and you're probably thinking, well, that's a bit of a lunker to be carrying around all the time, but the fact is it's really light, and all I've got in that is a towel for whatever might happen, falling in, annoying me, a box with some flies, shot bait, everything at the moment, some spare mono, unhooking forceps when they're needed, and I haven't got many really. I've just got some sort of lures, sort of I suppose they'd be still water lures really, but a box full of different types of bloodworm patterns, and then I've got a few clousers and mini fish patterns, for if they come in useful. I don't know. I mean, I don't think the mullet are going to have them in any way, but, and I've also got some other bloodworm patterns which are just copies really of imitation worms. Not much, but I don't need many things to go at the moment. I'm only really just learning, just practicing really. So that's it. I won't fit in, but so that I keep inside this. I've got another reel of fluorocarbon in there, so I've got £6 and £8 on that one, and just an assortment of funny little patterns just in case I want to experiment. But what I like about this, I'll just get back to this. One, the net fits in it, so I can just zip it up. It zips up both sides, so I can zip it up that side. It traps that in for carrying it around. This gear goes in there as well without too much trouble. And if I've got a bit of a yomp to do from a car park to get somewhere, the rod actually fits in here as well, and easily compactable. Sometimes I just break it into 2 lengths and put it in there, but you can always risk doing it some damage. But if before I'm set up, if I'm not working with it set up, break it down into 4, and that fits inside here as well. But this of course also doubles up for, I love nothing more than sitting next to the water, watching life go by, watching the birds, looking out for fish. This will keep me bottom dry and warm for sitting on myself. It has actually got a little pocket, I can put some stuff in there actually as well. I hadn't really realised that. But in terms of husbandry and fish care, it's an unhooking mat as well, which I think, I do notice with sea fishing, there just tends to be a lack of respect for the fish. I don't know, it just something that I see things like hauled in and just slapped onto pebbles and quaysides and stuff like that. If you're going to take them and kill them, I suppose that's doesn't matter quite so much, but I just can't do that. For me, my intention will be to just get them in the net, have a look at them, thank them for gracing my net and my bait, unhook them and just pop them back, because I have been in the specimen hunting scene and weight seemed to matter, but right now weight doesn't matter to me. I just want to see these beautiful fish for what they are, and even length of them don't matter. I know approximately what something looks like. I mean, I could maybe tape something to this just so I can measure them, but I always think I never quite understand this measuring thing anyway, so it's just a creature to me, and it's there to be respected. So that will be my intention. So this is me unhooking mat, seat, carry-all. I've got a camera with me today, camera tripod, which I don't always carry, but and my phone, and that's about it. So just noticed that. So I don't know if you can pick this up on the camera. What we're seeing now is the if you can, I don't know how far you can see from the angle of the picture, but there's a seawall now, the seawall, which is all sort of like broken down and a bit rubbly, and that's just starting to become visible now as the tide ebbs out, as the water ebbs out, and it runs all the way from about 100 yards down there and about another 200 yards back up to the lagoon. So it's a real distinct feature, and it must have fish moving up against it. That's the theory. Although right now at the moment you stop to wonder, are there any bloody fish in this river or not, because you see so little, you have so little to go on, to enthuse about and make you want to get down here. But it's my chosen piece of water, and I suppose if nothing else it's just an experiment in seeing what is here, what arrives. I'm not desperate to catch fish, and nowadays just being here is fantastic in itself. Fish are a bonus, and as they come along they'll come along, and I'm just happy doing what I'm doing now. It's just been here, recceing, watching, learning, going back, getting on the internet, just research as well, you know, research and making these little movie clip things. So all I can hope for is that as the temperature does continue to rise, I mean, we're on the 2nd of April now, and it can only get warmer at this point. I'm going to be coming down here for the foreseeable future through summer, and let's see how fishless this river is nowadays. I don't hear good reports about it from any source on Facebook or local anglers or anything. It's in decline, they say, but we'll see. I don't know, we'll see. I mean, the mullet arrive. I know flatfish are getting caught on the seafront at the moment. There's been a few bass out even, I think early bass, but let's see what gets up this far, because I'm 3 miles up the river here, so it's quite a trek, but I'm still well within the mean tidal range, which is about at least another 2 kilometers further up the river where that gets to on the spring tide. So let's see. Anyway, I'll sign off, keep on looking, and I'll tell you if I find out.